thành phố Nairobi của Kenya, là thủ đô của Kenya đó. Trồng này cũng khá lớn chăng. Nhìn từ trên cao xuống cũng thấy cũng đỡ đỡ. Hình như là nó chạy xe bên trái chứ không phải là bên phải, giống như Anh Quốc vậy đó. Nó chạy tùm lum quá nè, đúng rồi, hình như là nó chạy bên trái chứ không phải chạy bên phải. Đó, cái con đường này là bên kia đó là tụi nó chạy lên, bên đây nó chạy xuống, chạy bên trái. Còn đi xe gắn máy thì có người thì đội nón bảo hộ, có người thì không. Chắc có lẽ họ bán đồ để xuống dưới dưới cái đường luôn, chứ không phải trên cái lề đường đâu, để dưới đường xe chạy luôn. Còn xe hơi ở bên này thì Toyota là nhiều nhất. Honda nữa. Coi nó làm nhà coi ngộ không. Nhà nó lấy đất nó trét lên không á. Lấy đất nó trét lên không ha. Mấy con này thấy nó ốm mà. Chắc không có ăn thịt được hay sao ốm. Cái rừng thấy còi cọc quá thầm. Ồ, vậy mà anh cũng bắt được con gì đó, con thỏ hả? Con gì đó? Con khỉ hay con gì ở nhỏ xíu à? Bây giờ mời các bạn theo chân của người bạn Mỹ và anh mặc quen để chúng ta khám phá ẩm thực của vùng hoang dã Kenya nha.
Yep, there's a place right in front of the junction where they have all kinds of things. Let's get there, you'll see it.
Oh, these are the spots right here?
Yeah.
There's a number of stalls here. And James said he comes here frequently to eat. So this is... Oh, I can smell the fish.
The man I was talking about right there.
What is it called?
Omena.
Omena.
Ở đây có cái con cá gì nhỏ nhỏ. Ở đây có thể là có ăn thịt rừng nữa nha. Ở cái xứ sở này á, mà một cái món gì ăn á, ngon đó, ta thấy là rất là mừng.
But then they have ugali, they have cabbage. You can smell the stew, you can smell the fish, which is one of their specialties, which James and I are going to try as well as some of their dishes.
Tại vì cái đời sống của người dân ở bên Africa này, tức là bên Phi Châu này, người ta khổ lắm. Có nơi là không có nước mà uống. Thành ra nên đây mà ta thấy một cái món ăn gì mà ngon, đó là một điều may mắn.
And I think we got some chapatis, which will be right off the hot plate as well, coming very soon. Yeah, I'll start with it. We got some ugali and we're going to share
Phi
it.
Châu ăn cũng bóc không thấy
You
không?
can kind of play with it, you can kind of mix it, and then you can kind of scoop up with some of the little fish, and which is cooked with tomatoes.
Con cá đó ở đâu mà sao có, hay cá nhỏ xíu à?
Oh, those little fish. Yeah. Crunchy, they have a little bitterness to them. Right. And then they're cooked down with those tomatoes, so that gives it the tartness. Okay, and the fresh chapatis have arrived. But yeah, the vegetable is called mboga zakenyegi. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had that before.
Managu.
Managu.
Yeah. You have to specifically order for it.
Okay. Yeah, it's not as common as some of the other vegetables. It's freshly fried. It's right off the hot grill. You can see the golden bubbles that have the blisters of the chapati. Oh yeah. It's so good. Perfectly flaky.
Right.
It's hot. It's a little bit gummy. Yeah, it goes great with all the food. Yeah, I'll try some of this vegetable.
Cái này nó chiên hay sao? Cái bánh đó, nó giòn giòn.
The maharagwe. Oh, this one is githeri. Okay. Beans with maize.
Cái dân Kenya vậy chứ nó nói tiếng Anh nhiều lắm nha.
Oh, like the gas.
Thì nó học bằng tiếng Anh không à.
Okay, but just a little bit. Maybe I just taste a little. Yeah.
Nên ai cũng nói tiếng Anh được hết. Nó cũng có nói cái tiếng bản xứ của nó nữa, nhưng mà tiếng Anh nó thông dụng. Ai có đi học là biết tiếng Anh khá lắm.
Matumbo. Matumbo, the stomach. Sawa, asante sana. Oh, they're just bringing us samples of this is amazing. Not
Cái
advisable
bầu tử của cái con cá.
along with fish and vegetable because you might get kind of bloated and have gas. Okay, I'm going to try some of the matumbo. There's some intestines in here, but it's mostly tripe and onions. Yeah, onions and tomatoes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's really tender. It has a definite like natural kind of
Bầu tử
grassy
cá
taste.
với cái gì á. Cái rau đó cũng lạ lắm á.
Daga. The actual fish is called daga, and you can kind of mix it with the cabbage. And
Còn cá con này không biết con cá gì không. Không biết nó nhập cảng vào hay là nó bắt ở đây mà giống cá cơm quá.
Final dish is the githeri, which is beans, and there's corn in here, and it's also cooked with tomatoes.
Cái này đậu với lại bắp. Nó trộn lộn lại.
It's a little plain, but it's just it just focuses on that starch. I mean, the corn, the beans. It's hearty. It's nutritious. That was a really good meal.
Bữa nay anh đi vào bà xã anh đâu không thấy à?
You're always here. And what's also cool is that it's like an entire bench table. So you sit together with everybody and you talk, you hang out, you meet new friends. Hey, nice to meet you, Asante.
We are at Anne's place.
Anne's place,
Yeah.
Dagoretti Corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opposite
10,
Meteorological.
ăn cái đó là 10 đô la mấy đó.
Okay, very cool. And Anne is very welcoming. You can get all sorts of Kenyan food here. There's chapatis, there's ugali, there's sukuma wiki, there's matumbo.
Tính ra ở bên đó thì thôi cái giá cả gì cũng được, tại vì cái xứ người ta khổ quá,
Good way to start. Good way to start this.
người ta kiếm cái miếng ăn khó lắm.
This Kenyan street food tour of Nairobi. And we're moving on next. Yes. James is going to take me to a Cowhead Soup spot, but we're going to jump into matatu, which is matatu is the form of the most popular form of transportation, public transportation in Nairobi, in Kenya. They're minivans. There's an entire matatu culture in Nairobi. And yeah, we're going to jump in one to get to our next food spot.
Ở đây là ở ngoài cái rìa của thành phố Nairobi, tức là cái thủ đô của Kenya đó. Đi xe này nó giống như xe đò vậy. Giống xe đò ở bên xứ ta.
But matatus, they are known for their driving, usually quite fast. They're known for playing loud music. There's an entire Nairobi matatu culture that's very fascinating and very artistic, kind of mixed in with the hip hop and reggae culture as well. But it's always an adventure to take matatus as well in Nairobi. Just the fare these days.
Just from that, it's 20
Rồi bây giờ nó đi đâu đây? Ở bên đó đa số nhà nghèo thì nó cắt nhà bằng tôn không phải không?
So many memories. Yeah, and it's a bumpy ride, and they're known for their extreme stops in the middle of the road. And
Cái xe nó nhìn còn thua mấy cái xe đò của Việt Nam đó. Cái gì nó cũng xé hết trời hết trọi.
we just came to like a handbrake stop.
Coi nhà của người ta cả cũng chấp vá quá trời thấy không?
Okay, and we made it here.
Cái này là trong thành phố Nairobi rồi đấy, nhưng mà cái khu chắc cái này cái nhà của cái anh hướng dẫn viên đó quá.
Yeah, he's so precious. But we are also stopping to have a chapati here. This is going to be a homemade. This is a homemade chapati. Oh yes. Oh yeah. And immediately as I pick up this chapati, it actually has a different texture than the chapati I just ate.
Cái này ở nhà bà xã của anh kia làm á, cho anh ăn. Nó kêu là chapati.
It's really good. It's like a perfect gummy texture, like just a little bit oily to hold it together. James, homemade chapati. Love that. Love that. Great stuff.
Anh hướng dẫn viên á.
And congratulations on your baby. Thank you. He's so awesome. He's precious. He's precious. Miss Anne just explained that there's a secret ingredient in her chapatis that I can only tell now that she mentioned it, but now that she does mention it, I can taste it. There's a little bit of peanut butter in these chapatis, so you taste that nuttiness, and they are excellent. That chapati was amazing, and it was such an honor to meet James's baby, so precious. We're gonna continue this Kenyan street food tour at a place that James knows for the Cowhead Soup, which is right in his neighborhood. James, you still hungry?
Yeah, I can eat more.
Okay, cool. Asante sana. Oh, wow.
Chắc bây giờ dẫn ảnh lại cái chỗ tiệm ăn.
Cowhead Soup. Sawa.
Ở cái xóm nhà của cái anh hướng dẫn viên.
This is the name of the restaurant. This is the tongue, right?
Không biết con gì ạ.
This is just a meat paradise, and the name Stomach Clinic. That's the name. Stomach Clinic. What a name! And so they're grilling some of the beef over here. You can see slices of
Con bò hả? Con
on the
bò.
grill right now. But then on the other side, that's where the soup is. Yeah. Yep. That's this cowhead soup, which is it is sizzling in a barrel. They're making the cowhead soup in a barrel, and there are just these giant. Oh, they're the heads.
Nó lấy cái đầu con bò nó nấu súp.
Chopped up, but you can still see some of the skin, the fur, the hair is in. It's all just the teeth. They're all tossed in the soup, so that all boils down. And then they're also doing some grilled beef as well. So we're gonna eat it all. But this is a spot right here. Oh, James is cooking. Yo. Gonna serve your own meat?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how much I come to eat here.
That's how much you come to eat here. We got our tray of meat.
Cái thịt này hình như là thịt cái đầu của con bò.
I'm especially interested to try the tongue. Yeah. In Ghana? Oh yeah, we just went to Ghana. I'm gonna try a piece of the tongue, which is what I'm very excited to try.
Cái lưỡi.
Oh, ulimi. Oh, that tongue is amazing. Oh, it's so tender, so it's so flavorful. The meat chunk here. For this one, I'll dip a little bit of salt and get some of that pili pili. It kind of looks like maybe a piece of the shin.
Ảnh qua đây là bây giờ ảnh ăn theo cái cách hoang dã luôn.
It's a little bit spicy, but it's so flavorful. That meat is so tender. Yeah. Everyone's here for the meat and the soup. The soup is coming still.
Ăn về còn lỡ đi vô rừng mà ăn với chung với mấy cái thằng mọi á, còn hay nữa. Cái nước này chắc là sữa con dê quá.
Sure. For me, spicy is okay.
Nó bỏ hột ớt vô trong cái này. And milk. Nó bỏ ớt vô trong sữa. Mấy thằng Phi Châu này uống ngọt thiệt các bạn.
Cheers. It's really milky. Cheers.
Sữa không biết sữa gì đây, sữa bò ha.
Wow. Yeah, it's so rich. It's so okay.
So rich in the marrow.
So rich on the marrow. It's actually it is milky. It is milky. Really oily. It almost is like melted, like cow butter. Really cow tasting, really meaty tasting, really grassy tasting, but really rich and hearty, and it's amazing actually, it's delicious. James, man. Yeah,
cái này chắc sữa nó nấu với cái gì vậy chứ không?
That is like pure cow.
Nó không phải là sữa không?
Yeah, that's just like, that just tastes like melted meat.
Nó giống như là nó ấy thịt mà nó nấu ra nước vậy.
Let me show you how to eat it. This one, boys, come with bonyang. This one is the same. Now we do like this, huh?
Cái này cái củ gì?
Just the inside there.
Yeah, now this you don't check this.
Oh, you don't check this?
Yeah, now we check the outer cover. The outer cover, yeah. We eat like this, huh?
Gomero, but it's a natural root. Yeah, it almost smells like
Cái
ginseng.
rễ.
It's like ginseng. Or it is like ginseng.
Cái rễ mà nó nói cái này giống như là sâm vậy đó.
Oh, taste is good. Oh, the taste is really good. It's like
Nó giống
it's
như
like
sâm
sweet
vậy
like
đó.
honey. Actually, it's sweet like honey, and then it's like a little bitter. So how much? As we were eating the root, then Nabata decided to buy a Kenya bracelet. I needed one, but yeah, I'm still eating the root. Oh, so you don't eat that centerpiece though? No, you don't eat the centerpiece. It's too much. It's really good. That is like a sweet snack. You know? That's some of the best, most like thick, rich beef soup.
Yep.
Cowhead soup
Exactly.
I've ever had.
Thấy nhà cửa của dân chúng nó nghèo ghê
The
không?
program to just go around and eat today.
Really?
As much as we can. That's the
Cái tô
program.
nó sát hết trơn hết trọi rồi.
Just him and I together.
Now you look at this. Look at this.
Bởi vì ở cái xứ này mà mình có được một cái chén cơm, một dĩa thịt mình
We
ăn
are
là nó quý ghê
walking
lắm.
towards the market now, and there's some more food stalls there that we're gonna check out next.
Dân người ta khổ lắm.
Eat some more food. Exactly.
Kiếm được một cái chuối ăn là cũng phải dễ dàng. Thấy nhà
We
cửa
made
không?
it to Dagoretti Market. At the entrance, there's lots of clothes and shoes, and then we'll be coming up to the vegetable section as well. So we're walking through some of the back streets and get to some of the restaurant areas.
Nói nhà hàng ở trong này.
Bananas and avocados, oranges, compact. Oh yeah.
Trái cây ở đây nó cũng lèo tèo quá thấy không? Nó đâu có nhiều giống như là ở mấy cái xứ, ở mấy cái chỗ khác.
Yeah, because we haven't had dengue yet. Right? So this is like a mixed plate. So we came kind of to the back of the market. This is the spot. They have sort of a mixed plate that includes beans and cabbage and dengu, which it's dengu, right? Which is the green gram, which are mung beans, and so that's what we're gonna eat. You get a mixed plate, they scoop it all out, and then you can eat it with chapatis, but we've already had quite a few chapatis, so maybe we'll just eat the beans and the cabbage, next. How is it, Vincent? Is it good? Very good.
The food.
How is the food? Very nice.
Nice.
So, the best. James and I are starting to get a little full, so we've decided not to have a chapati, but this would normally be served with a chapati. But on this is a whole mixed plate, so all the dishes they have. You can see the beans on this side, there's cabbage, there's a potato right in the center, there's some beef, and the green gram, the dengu. Dig in, man. Next plate of food.
Yeah, here we go.
Nó nấu cũng thập cẩm ở trong đó. Khoai tây, rồi cà, rồi rau,
It's just like
rồi đậu.
home cooking, and you've got the starches in there, the beans. So you're eating the pork method chapati. Yeah. And those are the fish that we ate
Mấy
at the
con cá nhỏ
beginning
nhỏ
of
đó.
the day, the same fish, those dried fish. They're from Lake Victoria, right?
Mấy con cá nhỏ đó nó bắt ở đây ở đâu rồi sao mà nó phơi đó.
Back onto the main road. Serious road work happening here. And James was telling me because of the rains, it's been like a swimming pool here, yeah? This would all fill up with water. That's a lot of rocks. James is giving up on the food. You're giving up.
I'm giving up on the food.
We met up with some of James's friends, and we're stopping at Unity Cafe Hotel to eat some more food. Okay, so they have quite a few things on their menu, but they have some of the similar things that we ate, so I'm gonna try.
Đây là cái tiệm cà phê nha. Giờ cũng có bán đồ ăn à?
Oh, that is dengu.
Yeah, this is a dengu. This is dengu. This is minji. Yeah, the beef. Yeah.
Okay, but a mixed plate of rice. There's dengu, there's another type of, the peas, right? Minji, the peas.
Peas, yeah.
And then beef stew, yeah? Beef stew. Okay, with rice. It's a little bit plain, but it's good. The meat is tender. It's stewed with tomatoes. I really like the mung beans. Mandazi is like a fried dough. So then for this dish, they chop it up into bite-sized pieces.
Còn cái dĩa đó là dĩa gì không biết.
And yeah, we're all sharing that in the center.
Dĩa là phải dĩa thịt.
Oh. This is actually my first time to have that. That's good. It's like because mandazi is a little sweet, yeah. Mandazi is a little bit sweet, but then mixed with the salty soup, it's like the contrast of sweet and salty, yeah. Yeah, that's the highlight of the meal right there.
Không biết cái gì luôn.
Okay, asante sana. We just finished eating, and these are James and his friends. But we're just hanging out. They have a shoe shop here, so this is a chill spot. This is where you guys hang out.
Coi
And we're just
chỗ nó
discussing
sửa
the next
dài đó.
food that we're gonna eat.
Thấy không? Thấy nhà cửa người ta thấy coi lang thang gì không?
Asante sana.
Come inside.
Okay. Oh, can I see?
Come to see.
Is it okay? Oh, this is the.
This now the
Thôi cái chỗ hồi nãy giống chỗ hồi nãy quá vậy.
cow food.
Nó nấu nó có giò con heo. Chắc cái chỗ hồi nãy quá.
Hello. Good. How are you? That is the cow foot.
Nó nóng vậy mà mấy thằng này sao mà nó lấy tay nó bóc hay vậy ta?
Specializes in cow foot, boiled cow foot.
Không, tay chân nó mà nó bóc mà như chơi không anh?
This will be my first time for a cow foot like this. Oh, there's the fried foot. Yeah, if you want some fried foot too, we can have. This one is the fried foot.
Đúng rồi, chỗ này chắc cái chỗ hồi nãy đó. Chỗ hồi nãy nó ăn thịt cái đầu con bò đó.
So you just take some of these pieces. Yeah. You can take the bone. You can take it's mostly skin. Skin, yeah.
This ugali.
Okay, you eat with the garlic.
So sweet.
I got kind of a oily skin piece. Yeah, it's skin.
Cái
It's
da.
been cooked for probably so long that it
Da
has this
bò.
crunch to it. And this one is the plain, just the boiled cow leg.
Cái chân con bò nó nấu.
Now it has a little more grizzle to it. That is like the ultimate amount of textures in your mouth at once. It's jiggly, it's grizzly, it's fatty, it's crunchy, cartilagey bits and collagen bits. Yeah, it's like an amusement park of textures in your mouth. You take salt, put it into the bottle.
So you shake like this.
And that's how it mixes with the salt to create so it's foam, like
It's
the foam.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it gives it like a whipping shake, and that stirs it up. That creates the cow soup cappuccino effect and gives it that foam on top, and that's why it's so frothy. It sounds nice. When he slams that soup in the jug, that's such a satisfying, like, boom.
Anh trộn cái gì trong cái thùng đó không?
Hello. Hello. How are you? Hello.
Còn mấy đứa nhỏ nè. Nó thấy cái ông Mỹ cái sữa.
Stronger than cappuccino coffee.
There it is, our second beef soup of the day. But this one, this one you can
Beef
shake
soup.
it, and again it has that
Nó nói là cái nước súp
frothiness on
bò.
top. So it's like it is like a cappuccino.
Stronger than coffee.
Oh yeah, that is salty. It's beefy and buttery. It does taste like melted butter. It's so thick and so rich. And then with that marrow, yeah. Ooh, that's hot. Oh yeah. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Here in Congo West.
Congo West.
Yes.
Congo West. Yeah, sweating, yeah. Drinking that soup. And there's no airflow in there, so we all stepped outside to get some airflow. We're all sweating after that soup, that cow hoof. That was a unique
Nó ăn
thing
ở
to
đó hết
eat.
4 đồng, 45
Oscar.
đô la. Thôi vậy cũng rẻ rồi. Bên đó người ta nghèo quá mà. Đồ ăn nó mắc lắm.
Back at Dagoretti Corner, and there's one more Kenyan street food that we need to eat to complete this ultimate Kenya Nairobi street food tour. And yeah, you can see the smoke from the fire. Oh, James.
Đây là cái chỗ này nó nướng cái ruột heo, ruột bò vậy đây nè.
African sausage, Kenyan sausage.
Cái ruột
Esophagus, but it's stuffed with something. That's the natural thing on the inside. Oh, okay. Mugaroro. And you kind of just choose what you want off the grill. He takes it off the grill, he chops it on the cutting board, and you just eat it from there. We're starting with some esophagus. Yes, and I thought it was like a stuffed sausage at first, but I think that is all natural stuffing, yeah? I put some of that in the...
It's really nice, you know.
Oh, the pili pili is nice.
The pili is there, the kachumbari is there.
Oh wow, that esophagus is kind of spongy. Okay, this one is the large intestines next. Oh yeah, oh that one is so good. The intestine is so good. It's like
không biết heo hay là
kind
bò.
of crispy, like caramelized, and just natural tasting.
Nó giòn.
What is that thing? The udder. Mutura, which is Kenyan blood sausage, so it's blood
Chơi
filled
cái
into
kiểu rèn rú luôn.
This is a favorite street meat, and yeah, you can dip it into some of that pili pili, that chili sauce as well. Oh, Mutura is so good. Oh, I have missed it. Oh, it's so good. It's not even like, you can barely taste the blood. It's more like, you can taste like onions. Onions in there. It's not like irony. It's just kind of like, it's really soft too. Really soft. And then held together with the intestine wrapper. It's one of the best things. Man, that is tasty. Awesome. I didn't know at first, but that blood sausage that we just ate, it actually is not blood. It's mostly minced meat. The bigger, fatter one is actually the blood sausage. That's why it didn't have that irony, bloody taste. This one is the real blood sausage. You can see it's the fat one. It's thick. You can see it's mostly blood and there's some fat in there as well.
Giống như là cái dồi của Việt Nam. Nó lấy mọi thứ nó nhét vô trong cái ruột, chắc ruột heo á. Biết ruột heo hay ruột bò. Còn cái này là cái gì? Cái bò
lump on the grill. So this is going to be our last meat off the grill.
Bò.
Wow. That is a unique texture.
Very true.
It's like chewy but crunchy.
Yeah.
And fatty.
Fatty, very fatty.
Juicy. It's all fat, really, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's kind of like a little bit rubbery, but just kind of like juices as well. Well, that's an interesting texture. It's pretty good though. Eat it right here, and then you just continue on. This is it's like the ultimate meat fast food stop. Yeah, that's kind of greasy, so you can use it. Have some, just finished eating a goat with the community all the way from the beginning, from a live goat to the end. And I just want to warn you, in this video you will see some guts and blood, so if that's not for you, I would recommend that you skip this video. I ask you, if you watch this video, to please respect their culture, be kind in your comments, and respect the local culture, because it's absolutely beautiful, and I've met some incredible people at this Maasai village. But just to warn you, let's start now.
Anh nói là mình coi cái video này á thì mình phải cũng tôn trọng cái phong tục của người ta. Mình đừng có nói cái gì. Chắc là ăn con dê nướng. Chiếc cha rồi xe bị
back on the road. But we should be at the village
bị
I think
lúng.
very soon, very shortly. Sopa, right? You say Sopa, right? We made it.
Masai land.
We made it to Masai land. Oh man, the land is beautiful here. We've arrived to the Boma. And a Boma is a small village, right?
Yes, believe this guy.
Okay. And the way that you greet, especially the children, is you touch them on their head, which is the traditional greeting custom. Hello. 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 Salama. Salama. Nice to meet you. Very good. How are you? How are you? Hello. Hello. Hello.
So welcome, Mark.
Thank you very much. Amazing to be here. It's a beautiful place. So we're just doing some introductions and being welcomed into the village.
Na huyu anaitwa Mark.
Well, thank you for welcoming us. Officially been welcomed to the village. It's really an honor to be here.
Lunch is here.
Đó, con dê đó đó, lát nữa nó làm thịt con dê đó đó. Còn đẹp, lát nữa là lên đường rồi.
The homestead area is called a boma, and then they always have a fence which is made from thorns and an all natural fence which surrounds the village to keep the sometimes wild animals. You lots of wild animals in Kenya as well as the livestock. But we're coming outside of the fence, and we're on our way to see the goat.
An honor, kind of if somebody comes to your home and a guest, then goat is slaughtered. Do you eat blood?
Goat is eaten on a special occasion. A goat is slaughtered when guests come. When it's a real honor to eat goat, and so we have been honored to visit here, and they'll be preparing a goat Maasai style for us. They are slaughtering the goat right now, but one thing you should know is the respect that Maasai have for their livestock. The livestock, the goats and cows, it means everything for their culture.
Rồi xong.
This is the fire where the goat will be roasted. In the meantime, he's starting a fire. That's where the goat is going to be roasted underneath the Indian acacia tree. But yeah, the land here is it's just beautiful. Yeah. Maasai, are they normally nomadic?
30 giây là nó...
They are nomadic.
They are still.
Yeah.
And so even like some of the bomas,
Yes.
Will they stay in a boma for some time and then move to another?
Yeah, actually,
location?
yeah, they do go because of search of grass and water,
Okay.
and especially in the time of the drought, they
Uh,
go searching for water, grass,
so they might stay in a boma for a period of time.
for a period of time.
And then
when
as-
the drought comes,
Yeah.
they move
They can move the
with
whole
their
homestead,
animals.
with their animals and the
With their
entire
animals.
homestead.
But now, at least the climate is changing a little bit.
I remember I had a friend who was Maasai before when I lived in Nairobi. But then we asked him, where will you go back to home?
Yes.
And he said, actually, I'm not really sure. He said he had to go to a certain region, I think southern Kenya.
Yes, yes.
And then
Say no to letting the outside in. Say yes to tight foam. Say yes to Loctite.
and then he had to just ask around
Yeah.
and ask, where is my family?
Yes.
And then he'd just walk, and then eventually he would find his family. But he wasn't sure exactly
He
where
wasn't
his
sure.
home was because
Yes, this
he's
is
Maasai. And
this is
Yeah.
because sometime during the dry spell,
yes,
he might really not locate his home because people move in search of green water, green pastures and
pastures.
water. And now when they move, we might not know where have they went to. Maybe Magadi, maybe Namanga, maybe Mashu. So he must ask the locality. You know, when I say social network is very important.
Yes.
So we know each and every family by name. And so now, if he asks his family, absolutely, he's going to be told.
Mấy người mà họ sống ở ngoài mấy cái vùng ngoại ô này nè, họ không có ở chỗ, họ ở chỗ nào đó một lúc rồi và ở đó nó kiệt quệ cái thực phẩm hay là cái gì đó, cái họ mua đi bây giờ đi chỗ khác.
But you want to go home to visit your family, and you're not exactly sure where they are, so you just go to the general area where you think they are, and then you start asking the community, where is my family? And eventually you just have to kind of walk around, and it might take days, but then you relocate your family.
Mấy cái anh mà anh đi ra ngoài thành phố lâu quá anh về đó, anh không biết gia đình của anh ở đâu, anh phải đi hỏi mấy cái người lối xóm rồi đó, coi gia đình của ảnh dời đi vô cái khu nào, tại bên đây nó rộng dữ lắm.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is fresh milk. Yeah. It almost has like a little meaty taste to it.
Sữa nó bỏ trà vô trong đó.
It doesn't get fresher than that.
Mà nãy nó có bỏ ớt vô trong nữa.
And probably cooked over fire too, so it has a little bit of a roasted flavor too. Oh, that's hot.
Nó
You just skinned the entire goat.
Nó lấy cái chậu máu đó, coi chừng lát nó ăn sống luôn đó nha.
Now the goat is just sitting within the skin.
You will get out the kidney.
Oh, okay.
You will get out the kidney, and you will share with him. Very sweet. The Maasai eat it raw. They eat it raw.
Cái thận á, cái thận của con dê á.
Half a piece. Wow. This is your piece?
Nó ăn sống luôn á trời.
Wow.
Nó ăn sống luôn ông ơi.
Very sweet.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
Nói coi mà que nó có dám ăn không?
Oh, small pieces. Okay.
Small fish.
Yes. Asante. Oh wow.
Very sweet.
This is definitely one of the most adventurous things I've ever eaten. This is the raw kidney. It's still warm. It's still kind of twitching. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. It is pretty good.
Very sweet.
I think I'm supposed to eat half of it with him.
Ăn nữa à?
That's another piece.
Wow. It is sweet.
Very sweet and very
It
warm.
is sweet.
Very
It's
warm.
very warm and like a little bit naturally salty and kind of like definitely squishy. Wow. That is the freshest, one of the freshest things I've ever tasted.
Anh nói là cây thận nó còn nóng tại con dê mới chết mà.
That was a wow.
Anh nói nó giòn mà nó ngon.
That is not for the faint of heart.
Warm.
It is warm. They weren't joking when they told me I was gonna split the kidney with him.
That is how they prepare it for the
that's hot.
flame.
Oh yeah, are you gonna have? Okay, hold on.
Shit.
It's very nice. Yeah, it is, right?
Cái đó nó nướng.
Now that we've had the appetizer, they're getting started on roasting the goat. But this is the unique Maasai way, and so what they do is they've as they were butchering, as the goat was being prepared, some of the community was off gathering sticks and sharpening them. I didn't know what they were for at first, but they're the skewers, they're the stakes for the roasting of the meat. So they stretch out the meat so that it's kind of flat, and they put it on skewers, and then they stick the skewer into the ground over the fire. Liver, that will be roasted. So far, one side of the ribs and the liver are roasting away.
Cái cây sắt mà của cái anh kia anh cầm đó là cái cây đó để nó đi săn á.
Wow. He just stuck the leg in the tree.
Cái cục xương mà nó còn thở luôn á. Cái đó cái cục gì không biết.
For the leg, so you can hang the leg. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is the good one. Okay. That is one giant kebab. That's an entire goat leg kebab, and that's the process of the style of roasting. So that's now sitting over the fire. You can start to hear the meat hissing as well. It's almost every part. Back at the goat, almost every part of the goat has now been sectioned off, and they're still cleaning it, but they've done such a clean job. They've used every single part, and just a few remaining, like some of the intestines, which he's still cleaning, is sitting on it's like a tarp of the skin. They're dripping with juices. Oh.
Cái đó cái gì mà anh đập vậy ta?
He took some of the fat of the goat and he wrapped it in the skin, and then he took his rungu, which is it's the Maasai stick with a little ball on the top, which is used. He used that like a club or like a meat tenderizer, a fat tenderizer, and then he hit the skin with the fat in it to kind of maybe break up that fat, and then now he's stuffing it into the intestine, I believe. I think that might be for the soup. So that is the fat, and you're stuffing it
đập nó cho nó dẻo, nó dai vậy đó không biết. Rồi nó bọc vô trong cái bao tử chắc. Nó bọc vô cái bao tử nó nướng à.
That will be for the soup.
Không có nướng, cái này nấu luôn.
Wrapped in the intestine, that goes into the soup, and then it's just gonna slow drip like a.
Ba cái lòng rồi nó bỏ vô nồi nó nấu luôn.
Fat system into the soup as it boils with those organs.
Còn mấy cái sườn, mấy cái thịt nó mới nướng.
The custom demands when the meat is shared, we kind of scorch. Yes, no salt.
This one is nice. So the liver is the first thing to be eaten. It's kind of like the appetizer.
Cái này không biết là cái gì ấy.
Oh, that is amazing. That is so good. That's just pure. That is some seriously good liver. It does not get fresher than that.
Cái đó là chắc cái gan hay cái gì quá.
Drone.
Rồi bây giờ thịt đã chín hết rồi đó.
The sun is starting to go down. It misted just for a little bit. Luckily, it didn't rain. It's beautiful. It's a superb atmosphere. And now the goat is ready. They're carving it, slicing it off the bone. Some of the chunks. I think the spine is coming out of the soup. Everyone is preparing to eat now. No salt needed.
Coi ăn nhà hàng ở trong rừng nè, khỏi cần gì hết, tôi cứ lấy lá cây lót luôn á. Vậy mới hay chứ. Cái kia, cái trắng trắng không biết cái gì á.
Pieces of the goat went back to the boma, to the village where the ladies cooked it. As you can see, this is a male activity here, but then the women did get the goat, and they cooked some of the wet fry. They fried it, so they then brought some back to us here. So this is what I'll first try. Oh, it's hot. Oh, that's delicious. I got a little bit of grizzle, but that just adds to the flavor. And that's, it's so sweet. It's so naturally grassy tasting. You got your meal?
Bà xã của anh mặc quen đấy.
Of communal eating, eating with friends, eating with family. And I got one of the ribs now.
Bữa nay cho ăn món hoang dã một bữa.
The natural flavor of that is, it's just insane. It's so good. How's it, Brown?
It's incredible.
Ăn như cái tiệc như vậy mới vui chứ ăn nhà hàng đâu có vui vẻ gì.
That was good. Amazing. But the trauma by the men here, just amazing stuff. You cannot explain well enough in words. Raised here with the local grass. You don't need any salt. It's just nice.
It is.
Yeah.
And how long was that? That was like 2.5 hours.
About 2.5 hours.
From the live goat.
From the live goat to this.
To the cooked goat.
No water.
With some raw kidneys in between.
2 tiếng mấy đồng hồ.
Yes, Micah.
Từ lúc mà coi ảnh á, từ lúc mà con dê còn sống cho tới giờ ăn được. Bao tử.
Oh wow. Oh, that tastes like grass. Oh, there is some grass in there. Oh, that's tender though. Oh, I can see kind of a little artery coming out of there.
Ăn hoang dã như vậy mới hay đó. Lấy lá cây lót ăn luôn.
This is a little bit chewy. Micah is loving it. Local rice.
Yeah, grown here. But tested is different.
Cái này cơm. Cơm mà tưởng là cái gì chứ.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, the rice has this incredible nutty flavor. A very nutty flavor.
And grab some more?
Definitely. That's really good rice. Yeah. Wow.
Nothing left.
Leaves and skin.
Không còn gì hết trơn á.
That goat was spectacular.
Vậy
And the
còn
last
cái
thing that we're going to eat is the soup, which some of the parts were boiled in it, as well as some of the organs. And I missed them adding it, but they put some kind of a bark from a tree around here into the soup to boil that with the meat, which has medicinal properties.
Cái nồi huyết chắc lấy huyết ra đổ vô đây nó nấu rồi quá.
And this is amazing. And that just froths up. That is an extremely satisfying sound as it goes into the liquid, and you can see that foam up like suds. But that's just boiled down those parts, the bones, and that herb. It's like a propeller, yeah? From a bone, or yeah. It is a bone. Come, yeah. Asante sana. Oh, it's so good.
Nào, không biết nó nấu cái gì trong đó không biết.
Oh, that is so good. What's incredible about the soup is that, oh, you gotta see him. Yeah.
Anh kêu uống cái nồi luôn kìa.
Your whole head goes into the pot. You know, that soup. Yeah, okay, I haven't even explained the taste of the soup though. But there's no salt in the soup. You can just, I mean, you just taste the natural grassiness of the goat. And you taste that, like, kind of, like, earthy tone to it. But it's cold. Luckily, the soup is keeping us warm. Yeah. They told us if you see a hyena, don't run, just act cool. We're back in the boma now, and we're just going to do a quick closing.
For me, is to say thank you. Our hearts are overflowing. As I leave today, I'm not sure which one was better, the men's food or the women's food. In my mouth, I'm still remembering the taste and I'm deciding yet. But the experience.
Mấy cái ông kia đó là không có biết tiếng Anh. Mà cái anh đó anh phải dịch lại bằng cái tiếng địa phương á.
The community and how the fellowship of coming together to share a meal. Oh, you can hear owls. We've come to the end of this day. We're about to jump in the van and we're heading back to Nairobi, but this has been one of the most special, one of the most heartwarming and touching and personal and learning experiences of my life. It was an honor to be a part of this community for this one day, and it's a memory that I will remember forever, and I hope to visit again. So thank you to everyone involved. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear from you in the comments section below if you learned anything. And yeah, goodbye from Masai Land in Kenya. Thank you for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed, click subscribe now and also click that little bell icon. That way you'll get notified of the next video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. And thank you for holding the light.
Thank you.
Asante sana.